Good morning. My name is Holly. This is my Flosstube, Hobbies of Holly. I'm glad you joined me today. I have piles in front of me, no solid plan. So let's just talk. Just pretend you're sitting in one of these chairs behind me and we're just catching up. You want to? Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you clicked play. If you're new to my channel, this is a place where I talk about my cross stitch, sometimes my quilting, and sometimes my knitting. And today I'm going to talk to you about travel as well. A lot of purchases are here. Some stitching kindness, some finishing. I did more finishing, you guys. A little bit of stitching. Let me start by saying my sweet Graham is in the hospital again. And I am taking a self-care break this morning. We'll head there in a little while, but my piles were just growing out of control. And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna film a quick floss tube while I don't have his baby sister because his daddy came home last night. And while I have a minute, and then I'll have a clean slate of all of this. So let's talk about things, shall we? First of all, I have had some travels since we last spoke, which I think is about 3 weeks ago. And this is somewhere early October, maybe October 5th, 2024. And I think this is Flosstube 14. I was able to go to Indianapolis and watch 3 of my grandchildren there while their parents were out of town. And in that travel, I got to go to Persnickety's. And so I'll show you, I just got a couple things. Mostly I went there because I wanted to see Carol, whom I love, Carol of Two Tall Stitchers, who really is tall, and commented that she forgot how short I am, because I am. That's okay. I've always been short, so I'm good with that. So I picked up some Gentle Art Heirloom Gold because I had sent mine to a friend. Hey, I hope you're using it and enjoying it, Sue. Mine's replaced. And I didn't have this, and I love JBW and I love letters, especially fancy letters. And wouldn't this be fun to make a friend a fancy initial? So I picked this up. This is, oh, it's French, Fleur d'Alphabet, let's say. So those are the things I picked up when I got to see Carol. And this is the information for Persnickety's. I had never been there before, and I really enjoyed it. They have a lot of needlepoint, but they also have a room of cross-stitch charts and a really nice selection. They have a lot of floss and some fabric, some linen and Aida. So that was that. And then my second travel was I got to go to the Dying to Stitch retreat in Virginia Beach and see Alma of Blackbird Design. It's been a bucket list. I was signed up at Quilter Station a couple years ago and injured my knee and had to cancel. And I got to go with my best friend, Tam. Oh, I put this out. Tammy Totten, my best friend, who is Tam Stitches on Instagram, had these floss drops made, and they were in my pile, so I'm going to show you. Was she not the sweetest toddler you've ever seen? Isn't she cute? If you go to a retreat, she'll give you these, and they just make me smile. Because look at that face. That's a sweet face, Tammy Totten. Okay, so those are that. But, oh my word. My travel was easy. Sometimes I get a little travel anxiety when I'm traveling by myself, but my flights went well. Bumpy, because Helene was starting to come. Let's talk about that in a minute. Travel was smooth. No, travel was bumpy, but went well. And she and Kurt picked me up, and then we went straight to Dying to Stitch. The shop models are incredible. I think Pat might have stitched a lot of them. Probably Ann did too. But like I couldn't even concentrate on shopping because there were so many beautiful models to be seen. I mean, beautiful models. And so we shopped, and Carol, Two Tall Stitchers, I know you told me I don't need any more linen. But when you're at Dying to Stitch, and Pat Ryan is the one cutting the linen from R&R, I had to. So I got some linen. I'll show you that later. Oh, Pat and Ann are delights. Absolutely delights. Did you know that Pat Ryan was a nurse in Vietnam? Have you all read the book, The Women? about nurses in Vietnam by Kristen Hanna. If you haven't, go read it. But Pat Ryan was a Vietnam nurse. When I found that out, I said, can I hug you? And I hugged her and thanked her. Isn't that amazing? Okay, anyways, shopped. Bought linen mostly that trip. Then we went and checked into the hotel, which was very lovely. And we stitched in the lobby for a little while, had lots of fun. I had met Jenny Massini at Stitch Florida and for a minute at Beach Please. And she is such a sweet person. Have you met Jenny? If you have, you will agree with me. Just so sweet. And so when we got into the stitching room, Tam and I were looking for a seat, and Jenny was sitting over there, and we said, do you have 2 seats? And she did. So we got to meet her amazing friends, Lisa and Sandy. Those 3 are special people. Love them. So we stitched. Now, Jenny is from Florida, from Clearwater Beach. And so we were like, Jenny, and she's like, I'm here because what can I do there? Her husband had gone to stay with her daughter who lives in Tampa area, I believe. So he was not on the beach, but you know, they were worried about their house. So Jenny had told us that she put a lot of things up higher because of floodwaters. And she had packed some things and put in her car and taken to the airport. She had her linen, some whips, and some clothes that she had just stuck in bags in her car and parked up high at the airport. We stitched, we got to know them. The next morning, I wake up to a text from Tam with a screenshot of Jenny's Facebook post. Our sweet Jenny and her husband Tony lost their home to a fire that night, totally burned to the ground. I didn't really realize how, I guess, flammable houses can be in hurricanes, and they lost everything. And we were so heartbroken, but Jenny is just always chipper and looking on the bright side. And when I got to see her that morning, she said, you know, Tony texted me that we're going to be on a new adventure. So will you pray for sweet Jenny? Also, this is Jenny's Instagram. Can you see that? Will you go follow her on Instagram? That's one thing you can do for her, is go give her a follow. That makes her smile. And I know that she could use some smiles during all of this. To those who are going through recovery from Helene, I am so sorry. Water damage is such a mess. The lives lost is just heartbreaking. Do what you can do to help others. Stitching Ocala, Jody, her sister lost her home to the flood. And because these homes are on the mountains, basically, they don't have flood insurance. So they're starting from scratch. If you go to Jody's Instagram, Stitching Ocala, is that correct, Jody? If it's not correct, message me or comment and I'll give you the correct one. But she has a GoFundMe set up for her sister. If you can donate there, donate. I know it's hard to find reputable places to donate. I'm sure the Red Cross is always a safe place to donate, but World Kitchen is a place that goes and feeds people. So donate there, but I'm just so sad by it, so heavy about it, and so sorry for all the loss of life and property and belongings and memories and being displaced, and it's just all terrible. Okay, back to Dying to Stitch. So we talked to Jenny that morning, and then we picked up our packets at the shop. So we went to the shop again, shopped a little more, talked to our sweet Ann and Pat again, and oh my goodness, this retreat had the most precious attendees. I loved everyone there. If I met you there, I love you. You're good people. And so we went back and we stitched some more. And then Saturday morning, we went to a country club, and we were divided into a morning session and an afternoon session. And that is when we really got to learn more about Alma. But we did get to meet her the day before, and I loved her. I got my picture taken with her, and we talked about grandbabies. I learned she also has a grandbaby named Ruby, so that was fun. But I'm going to show you what we were given. You want to see it? It's in my whips pile, so let me grab that. I feel like I've been on a little stitchy dry spot, and this herked me right back up. And now all I want to do is stitch on this piece. But this is the book that we were given. And it has 3 sampler charts and 2 smalls in it. Is that not a great retreat gift or what? It's the Walker sisters, 2 sisters that she has their antique samplers. I'll show you one. This one's Hannah, age 6, that she reproduced. And let me find Hannah's sister. This is Jane. I know I'm supposed to hold things longer, and I don't know if I held Hannah long enough, but here's Jane. Here she still is. And I know that we stitch while we watch Flosstube, and so we have to have a minute to look up. I'm trying to be better at holding things up. I promise I am. And then these are the reproductions that Alma did. Do I love them? Yes, I do. So we have those in the chart. And then we have a small pen pillow. I'm looking, here it is. Let us in love and friendship dwell, which she didn't know this, but that was probably the theme of the retreat for me. The new friends and the love that was shared was just incredible. But look at that pillow. You looking? There's the pillow. And then this drum, these photos do not do it justice. It's my favorite. So here is the drum that was finished by Joy. It's oval shaped because it's a long piece. So I'm gonna show you what I have so far. It's not ironed, I'm sorry. But there is what I have done since the retreat. Every stitch is an absolute joy and delight. I think that probably, I might be at the halfway point on it. I think this center basket is probably the middle of it. But I could try to come home from the hospital and stitch a little bit, but I have to tell you, taking care of a 12-month-old for her grandmother, I've had her since Monday. She went home with her daddy last night, so we don't have her this morning. Grandmas get tired and we're entertaining her at the hospital during the day, and 12-month-olds are also like, she literally licked a trash can. She doesn't lick things, walked up to her trash can and licked it before we could stop her. Oh, sweet Ruby. Anyways, I'm tired at night. So a couple nights I've stitched on it, but other times I've just picked up knitting because it's a little more mindless. But we've been getting in bed at about 8:30 and asleep by 9 because we're just worn out. But that's what we got at the retreat. Would you like to see the other gifts that were given at the retreat? I hope so, because they're great. Now, where are they? Oh, I see. We were given the fabric and floss for the pieces, for either the small or, oh, there's one more piece in here I didn't show you. The first day we were given fabric and floss to stitch either the pen pillow or the drum. We didn't have enough for both, so we could buy extras at the shop. And I will tell you that on the way home, I lost my floss at the airport. I mean, I was sitting in my chair stitching and needed floss and it was gone. I still haven't found it. I don't know where it went, but thankfully all the colors were the same for this next piece that we were given on Saturday. I didn't show you the third sampler. And this one, you know, speaks to my heart because she dedicated it to her granddaughter, Ruby, who we learned, let's see, I think this says October 16th, 2023. And my Ruby's birthday is on Monday. So those girls were the same age. So this is the floss for this chart. Isn't that pretty? Tam really loves this house and the colors of that house. Okay, so we were given those. Put that back in my pile. And we were, oh, in our goodie bag, which was this tote bag, we were given this pen pillow. I could take this off. That's wool applique pumpkin, along with this blackbird pen to go in it. It has 2024 and Dying to Stitch Retreat. And this set of floss drops, I don't think I mentioned this. This was Alma's last retreat. She's retiring from retreats, not from designing, but from retreats. And so these say the farewell retreat. Aren't those sweet? So again, I was so honored to get into the retreat and to get to meet Alma before she retired from retreats. Okay, so when we went to the, oh, also this was in there. So when we went to the country club, we were given the floss and this fabric and this needle minder from Alma of a blackbird. Isn't that pretty? And when we got to lunch at their country club, we were given this box, this tray, and all of these goodies in it. This tray was made by, oh, it doesn't say who it was made by, but I do remember. We were told, and she stood up, so thank you. I can't remember who you are, but thank you. It came with this scissor bling that says DTS, Dying to Stitch Retreat, with this corner gauge with a blackbird on it, this sweet little needle book, and there's a counting pin in there, this darling little strawberry, and they were all different fabrics, and then this tray, let me empty it so I can show you. This tray has blackbird fabric lining it, and then the back of it says this. Isn't that fun? I love a good prize. Love a good prize. So that's what we received. Then there was a pop-up shop Friday night, I think. Saturday night maybe. And we were able to do some purchases. I got to meet Lisa from Prims on Greenway. She is so precious. Love, love, love her. So some of this I purchased from her. Some was from Under the Woolen Needle. I can't remember who else was there, but if I think of it, I'll tell you. I'm going to show you the things I got. Lisa, Prims on Greenway, her prices were so reasonable that how could you not buy? Also, I took a carry-on suitcase. I had taken a gift for Pat and Anne and Tam's birthday gifts. So I knew that if I could get those in there, I could only shop that much space to take home with me. So I had to shop very judiciously to get all of that in my bag, but I did. I didn't have to send anything with Tam to ship to me. I got it. I bought this basket, this handmade basket. It is by maybe Miller's Baskets from Poland, New York. Can you read that? She had beautiful baskets. And this one was $25. I wish you could, it is like so sturdy and nice. She had some really nice big baskets, but again, luggage space was an issue. And I thought, well, I know I can squeeze this into my carry-on. Maybe some dried flowers I'm going to put in it. I might roll up some linen in it to sit around and decorate. So got that basket. These were from Prims on Greenway. These strawberries, I think they were $4 each. I don't think I'd get my sewing machine out for $4 each. And this one's blackbird fabric. This kind of looks like French General, is it? And you know I love a good French General fabric. Look at just this cute little, oh, here's Lisa's information. Prims on Greenway, I think that part's punched out, but there's all of her information. Go follow her, go shop from her. She's terrific. It's just lace on a little rolling pin. That would be really nice. This is so cute. Let me take it out of that package. This was also from Lisa. Look at this pen for one of my pillows. Loved. Oh, I know who else was there, but first, this was from Lisa. This is funny. I said, oh, this is so cute. And Pat Ryan was standing there with us because I just hugged her because she's a Vietnam nurse. And I said, I don't know what I would do with it. And she goes, you'll put it in a vignette. Pick that up and buy it. And I said, okay, if Pat says buy it, you buy it. So this was really cute. And again, the prices were just so reasonable. It was $6. And this guy went into my suitcase and didn't even get smashed. I was pretty proud of myself for that. Another vendor who was there is My Recycled Relatives. And she's opening up an Etsy shop. Look at me remembering. So here, go follow her. I think this weekend, maybe she's opening an Etsy shop. You know what? You could probably hold your phone up, except you're watching me probably on your phone for that QR code. But My Recycled Relatives, go follow her. She had this chatelaine that is a pincushion. And she had it in a stitchy box, like hanging there. But look at this little pincushion that opens up. Isn't that so sweet? And it's pink, and I love pink. I think Tam bought a blue one. I also bought matching necklaces in our favorite colors from her, which mine's upstairs. I didn't get it. Oh, you know what? One more thing is that when we were at the cutting table at Dying to Stitch, the sweetest lady named Polly was there, and we loved her dress. In fact, we loved her dress the next day too, but she didn't tell us where she got it. But it's basically, this is the top of that dress. And I'm sorry, it comes in a top or a dress. It's from Land's End. It's on sale, and it's called Tencel. So go look for that if you like it too, but it's so cute. Okay, those are those goodies. What else did I buy? Oh, I also got this rice bag from Lisa, Primson Greenway, in Blackbird fabrics that you just drawstring it closed. I'm gonna use that in some sort of display somewhere. I bought this from Under the Woolen. Is that what she's called? I don't have a card from her. Under the Woolen Needle? Is that what she's called? Oh, you probably know who I mean. You're probably telling it to me, and I'm sorry. I'll figure it out. But I love bee stuff. In fact, when we first got married 40-some years ago, I decorated our kitchen in bees and honey. But it has a cute pen in it, and it's a little bee scab. So I'm going to put that in a display. And she had these spools. And I do not own a spool. I did not own a spool until this. So I bought these that I think could be cute for finishing or display or something. Some very fun gifts, and I won't even tell you who they're from because I don't remember. This was a fun gift given to us that is a free chart on Blackbird's website. And so she printed the chart for us and gave us all the floss we needed. Bee, that's who gave it to us, right, Bee? She was also at our table, and I loved her. So that was a fun table mate gift. That's a great idea if you go to a retreat and need a gift. Sweet Jenny, who I told you about, lives in Florida, and that is close to rifle paper. And my oldest daughter, Pop of Color on Instagram, loves rifle paper. And it's this pencil box she gave us. Love that. I think Lisa at my table gave us this, which is a Saju notebook. Cute, huh? This was a fun gift. It's in a spooky eraser, and it's counting pins. And she's written like by tens, so you can keep track of mostly your borders, I would think. But this was from Judy. Love Judy. She wrote her name on the back. Thanks, Judy. We talked a long time. I think it was Saturday morning sitting at a table, and I got her story. I like her. Someone, I'm not even sure who, passed these out to us that have these spooky DMCs attached. Thought that was a cute idea. Somebody brought us fresh lavender from their neighbor's lavender farm, I think. Hold on, I can tell you. Stitching in the Barn. Lucy gave me that. She said we can mix this into pillows as we're filling pillows. This was a gift made for me by Island Quilting. Is that your, I forget. Yeah, I think it's Island Quilting, who we go back and forth on Instagram a lot. Let me tell you if I can tell you that for sure. Lori is her name. Island Time Quilting. That's Lori's information. So those were fun gifts, I thought. Don't you think? Should I show you what I've been stitching? That's a good idea. I have a finish. I took this with me to Indianapolis and finished when my grandkids were watching movies and things with us. But remember when I did my kit parade and I pulled this out to make for my my niece's baby. And here it is. I haven't fully finished it yet. You know what? I'm kind of scared. So you cut out the paper. I can't think what it's called. Paper. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean. Perforated paper. Couldn't think of the word perforated. And then you mount it on sticky velvet, something like that. I'm scared to cut out the middle part right here. Anybody have advice for that? Also, as I was stitching, it was seeming awfully pink. So I changed the X's inside the horse itself to blue. I'm hoping that comes off as a blue gift, you know, baby boy gift, because she's having a boy. But I'm excited to finish that and give it to her. These kits are terrific. I know I've told you that before. They come with all the beads you need. Did you see these beads? They're kind of shiny on there and sequins. It comes with a fabulous needle for paper, perforated paper. Why is that word not sticking? It comes with instructions and it comes with plenty of floss. That's what I have left over. So I now have another niece who's expecting, and I'm hoping to make her one, maybe with my leftovers. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Then, I'm sorry, I can't get comfy. I keep fidgeting. I did some finishing. Speaking of finishing things, the first thing I did was finish these projects. I made a little gift for Tam, and I took a picture of it. I'll try to remember to insert it here, but if I don't, I'll try to put it at the end. Just her birthday's coming, and just thanks for doing this retreat with me gift. And it was from a Blackbird chart. Actually, I had pulled it out from my kit parade, but I changed the colors up because Tam loves blue the most. And so I made her that, and I finished it. And once you've got your sewing machine running and you're stuffing stuff out, you might as well finish all the other pillows you've been meaning to finish. So I finished this. Here's the back fabric. These are little labels that I iron on because I'm bad at putting my initials in my pieces. It's escaping me where I get them. If you want the information, just ask and I'll tell you. This is really fun trim, but this was a whip I was working on and I wasn't loving it. It's from the Sunny Side by the Drawn Thread. Every stitch was just seeming like work to me. I think because I was doing it on 32 count using 2 strands of floss, and I just don't enjoy 2 strands of floss. So after I finished this much, I thought, you know what? I'm calling this done. I'm just gonna make a little pillow out of it. It's supposed to be like a lot longer with words on it, but I think this is cute. So I finished that. I love sawdust the most. I like a good stiff pillow. And I usually put some scraps of batting. I tuck those into the corners. And I did some of them with it and some of them without it. And truthfully, I don't notice a big difference, but maybe you do. Okay, this I have shown you recently as a finish, and I made a little pillow out of it. Remember I was gonna put it in a frame. I just didn't like it in the frame. It's too hard to find a frame for this, so I made a little pillow out of it. I used this fabric on the back. This was in the Hearts for Pam from Cottage Garden Threads that they sent out maybe a year ago. All of the the floss was in it. Also this chart, and this is Heart and Hand. Sorry, Heart and Hand. I don't know if this has been released yet, but it says, I choose hope. And that is a sentiment that is very important to this family, that things can be hard, but we are going to choose hope because good comes out of hard things too. So I finished that one. I had shown you this one. Autumn Garden, I believe it's called, by the Scarlet Letter, and it is now available. It was a retreat piece that was an exclusive, and now it's available, but I finished this as a pillow. It's a good thick one. Maybe I'll put the Blackbird pen in it that I showed you. those were my pillow finishes. And I have them right now just in a tray from LaHaye's because Kits and Whips Heidi, I never remember if it's Whips and Kits or Kits and Whips, but man, I love her. She has a new video out. I could just listen to her. She just makes me feel calm. She's a nurse, I think an ICU nurse. And especially this week, I want to hug all critical care nurses. If you are a critical care nurse, especially a pediatric one, I love you. You are doing good work. And we families, thank you. And we appreciate you. Keep doing it. I know it's high stress and a lot of hard things come up, but we thank you. Okay. Then I took some finishes to Hobby Lobby. I have had finishes done there before, and they've actually done a really good job for me. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to take some. I don't have time. I got my hair cut. I don't know how I feel about it. It still looks weird. They've done a good job for me. I get a little nervous about mailing off my pieces sometimes, and these were just small things. I thought I'm going to take them to Hobby Lobby. I felt like the prices were good. One piece I'm thrilled with. It's perfect. The other two I'm not thrilled with, but right now these are the non-important things in my life, and so I'm just going to let it go. But I'll go back to Hobby Lobby, but I'll probably take these with me and explain how I want it better for the next piece. They don't need to redo these, but just maybe to better explain what I want. Don't you think that's important sometimes? This is Margaret Kendall by Annie the Proper Stitcher. I know I've shown it to you recently, but it's now finished in a little frame. She's on 46 count with Saju floss. So thrilled with that. Where am I putting things now? Okay, this is my birthday stitch, Vibrant Flowers by Kathy Barrick. Here it is framed. I'm going to show you what I was talking about. So see, this is a really good border here and here. This, not so much. Like it literally is cutting off my stitching up there. So I'll probably take this into them. Again, I don't need them to redo it. I just want to explain, I want a little bit more in there. I'm excited to have it framed though. I think I'm going to put it in what we call one of the grandbaby rooms, bedrooms upstairs. And then Feast of Friendship by Blackbird Designs is also now framed. I kind of liked this frame with the extra, but again, do you see we've cut off my stitches a little bit? Sorry about the ring light glare in there, but I'm still happy with it. I'm thrilled it's framed, and I like the frame a lot. I just need to explain more what I want, right? Okay, I've done a little bit of stitching. Want to see? Say yes, okay? Humor me. I put some stitches into Hannah Elliott by Needlework Press. And I had mentioned that I wanted to put some stitches in it. And then you know what? Kim, the Contented Needleworker Kim, held me to that. And she said she was going to stitch it. And so I got mine out and put some days into it as well. I am working on this top section. And I may just do that top section and put it in make it a drum. Don't you think that'd be cute? Although I love the bottom section too, which is what Kim's currently working on. So I'll show you what I did. I made some progress. It's so wrinkly. Oh, this is embarrassing. Let me fold it so you can't quite see the mess. It's one of those pieces I'm stitching on a blanket size piece of linen. But here's what I've done. I got to do the house, and you know how I love houses. So I'm working my way over, and I'm enjoying it very much. This is on a very large piece of an R&R. I still have the tag on it. Barb's Blend, 40 count, and I am using the 103s. These are the spool pods I've told you about before that I've ordered from England. And so it's a nice way to store them. So that's Hannah Elliott that got some attention. I also put a few stitches into Quaker Sampler. I just call it Quaker Sampler. That's not its real name. Its real name is AHTEE by Kathy Barrick. I'm stitching this with my friend Kia, who I think is restarting hers for the 3rd time. And I understand. We want our things to be great. This is on a Lakeside cedar something linen, and it's 5662, so it's real tiny, and so I only work on it a little while. This was a tale of frogging. So I'm putting this in, and I had this whole motif in and realized that I was very off, which is this motif. So you can imagine, like, I had this whole thing done and realized I had started counting from the wrong place, so it was going to stick out over here. And I was so frustrated, and I was trying to decide if I just wanted to put it in timeout, but then I had some discipline and ripped out what I needed to rip out so that I can start again. Sometimes if I don't go ahead and rip it out, then I just keep dreading it. So I ripped it out, and I got this back in, and I'll work on it some more, but isn't it pretty? It's not a very big piece. I should have this done. Like, do you see that's like the top 1/3 of it? And this is as wide as it will be. So I'm gonna keep working on that. And then lastly, Peacock, Unicorn, and Badger, otherwise known as Peacorn, got some work. This is by the Scarlet Letter. Here's the chart. I believe it's based off an old tapestry. I say this every time. I don't know why I'm so drawn to it, but I am. There are lots of people also working on it. I know Kim, the Cantina needleworker, is. My friend Sue from Legacy Fiber Arts is working on it. I believe Caroline from Evertote is working on it. I think my friend Jen Naska just started it. My bougie friend, the Bougie Sisters, Jenny is working on it. Okay, so I'll stop talking and show you. I'm using the DMC, and I am using the green linen called Pub Crawl from Roxy Floss Co., available at Evertote. And that way I don't have to stitch the background, because this is full coverage. All of this green, this dark background, is stitched. But I chose to stitch it on green, so that is less stitching, because it's a lot of stitching. This is another one who has had a lot of frogging on it, especially in that peacock. The peacock itself, the peacock tail. So it feels very good that that tail is now complete. The colors are just so fantastic. This is my husband's favorite piece of mine. I'll show him fun things like, isn't this pretty? And he's like, yeah, but I really like that other one you do, and this is what he means. So all I have left to do on this tail, it needs an outline of blue, which there's probably a dangling thread of that blue. It just needs outlined. I love it. I have to have good light because this is dark. It's like almost like stitching on black. These are the DMC colors. Excuse their mess. I know I've told you before, my favorite floss ring is a shower curtain ring from Amazon. It's much easier to get them on and off, open and closed. It's my favorite. Okay. Now, guess what? The new Cross Stitch Planner, Cross Stitchers Planner 2025 is available from My Crazy Life, Lori. She has them in an Etsy shop. You can order from Colorado Cross Stitcher, or you can order from Evertote if you're in Canada. That is what I used last year, which is this. And I know people have asked. I made this cover myself, although Lisa from Prems on Greenway also makes a cover for Book of Days. I had this mini charm pack, and so I used the cheater method that Tiger Lily talks about, and I just pieced this together almost like an old book cover. Let me just hold it up this way. And this is what the back of it. So this is one piece, and then I stitched a piece in so that I can slip the cover in, and I made myself some pockets in it. But I love it a lot. I'll show you September, which is not great because it's been a little bit busy, but this is what I'm enjoying just some washi tape down the sides. And I went nautical because I was in Hilton Head and I went to Virginia Beach. So September went nautical. You can see I traveled a lot. If I do washi tape straight across, that means I was out of town. So I was in Hilton Head this week. I was in Indianapolis this week, and I was in Virginia for Dying to Stitch this week. October hasn't been a lot of stitching because we've spent it mostly in the hospital, but here's what October is looking like. The little nurse, I have some medical stickers that I use when Graham is in the hospital as kind of a reminder of why I'm not accomplishing a lot. This might be a good time to tell you. So Monday, Graham has been struggling. In fact, it started while I was in Virginia. He had some facial swelling, which is a sign that his heart could be an issue again. And so Sunday night, I spent the night with them because it was borderline. Are they going to have to take him to the emergency room? And then you've got baby Ruby, and it's just easier if I'm staying in an extra bedroom if they need me. So I spent the night with them. They did not have to go. But he woke up the next morning and we had to call 911. And I won't go into the details of it, but we had to call 911, very scary. I was glad I was there so that I could manage Ruby while his mom and his nurse managed him. We went to the emergency room locally just so they could make sure he was stable and then transfer him to Cincinnati Children's. He was then admitted to the PICU, which is the pediatric ICU. And it was confirmed that his heart issues have reverted, and so they are going to need fixed again. They were able to get an MRI to try to give us some answers as to why this keeps happening. This is not normal for this to keep happening, but Graham is very atypical in a lot of his things, but so perfect. So he is going to have a heart cath next week. He will be in the PICU until that happens, but literally many specialists of different body functions are trying to figure him out. And so they're all putting their best, thinking caps on and researching Graham to figure out things. But it looks like he'll have a heart cath next week. So if you will pray for Graham. His baby sister's birthday is on Monday, and so they're not all going to be at home for her birthday, which is hard on his mama and her daddy. And anyways, if you pray for them, pray for his team of doctors that, I don't know, God will just give them a great plan and maybe reveal to them what could be causing this so that my sweet boy will stop having to have all these pokes and stuff. He's so sweet. I know I keep telling you guys this, but he's so sweet. After his sedated MRI, I had been down making his sister get a nap, in her carrier on me. And so when I got to go up in the room, he just squealed and lit up when I came in, and we snuggled and we sang, and that's our thing. He wants me to sing to him. And so we have songs with motions and stuff that I help him do. And anyways, that's what's going on with my sweet boy. But back to this. This is the 2025 edition. Some of the things I love about Lori's planner is the paper is very white and it's a good quality thick paper. I don't know what pound this is. It's just very pleasing. I am a paper and pen planner kind of girl. She gives you plenty of room in between months to make notes, to your sals, your finishes. She has a section in the back with retreat info. So your plan for retreat, all the information that you want to write down, like your hotel, your flights, who's coming, your gifts you want to give. And then she has blank paper in the back, stitchy kindness. She has chart paper, graph paper. And there are also some freebie charts in here from a few designers. So if that interests you, go get yourself one of those. You want to see some of my purchases lately? I'm going to show you, okay? In no particular order. Here we go. I was watching, hey, what's that? Oh, look, it's a Too Tall Stitchers magnet that I also got while I was at Persnickety's. This book, I was watching Sassy Jack's Kim, who, by the way, they are safe. The shop is safe and Kim is safe. They are in Asheville, which has so much destruction and devastation, but Kim and her husband and her shop are safe. But she was saying she went to the Royal School of Needlework for classes that were in Kentucky, and she picked up some of their books, and she had some autographed and was selling them in her shop. I don't know if she still has any, but there's my autograph. It's a beautiful, beautiful reference book with a lot of information. So I bought one of those. If she has some, it's a nice book if you want it. Here are my Dying to Stitch purchases. Their things come in a maroon plaid bag. Keepsake things come in a green plaid bag. Sorry for that loud. I bought all the floss in abundance for everything in that book. Even though they gave us a little bit, I want to stitch everything in that book. So I bought all the floss. I bought some whitish, creamish perforated paper to make another one of those horses, those hobby horses that I told you about. And then I bought these. I bought a half a yard of these R&R colors. Polly and I handed Polly my phone, which has the X Stitch Plus app where I keep track of my linen. And I said, here's what I have in R&R. Help me fill in the blanks of what I'm missing. So she helped me see what I was missing, and we chose some of those. And then she liked that I had them stacked in color gradient order in my bag. But I got a half a yard of Vanilla Bean. A really pretty, where can you see it best? Maybe there. I got a half a yard of Abecedarian, although I'm telling you, Pat said Abecedarian, so I don't really know how you say it. Let's see. And that is the called for fabric from the Blackbird book we were given, so that's what our floss was. Here is a half yard of Winter Brew. And I had Barb's Brew, I have Patriot's Brew, but I didn't have Winter Brew. And it's just a little bit deeper, like it a lot. And I've been wanting to use some darker base linen. And so this is a half yard of mink R&R. Can you see that? Let's compare it to, here's Winter Brew and here's mink. See it in all the lights. Thought that looks really pretty. And then I was talking to one of the ladies who was working there, and I said, what is like an exclusive or something I can't get other places? Because that's what I like to buy when I'm at an LNS, a local needlework shop. And so we were thinking on it, and she said, what about R&R charts? I said, brilliant. So I picked up, this is Quaker Seasons of Friendship by R&R. I will tell you, this was on the wall, stitched. It's huge. In my lifetime, I'm not really sure I can get to this, but look how many fun motifs are in there that you could just pull out and stitch. Look at that lobster in the middle. I really love it. I had both Pat and Ann sign my 2 charts that I got. This one is Hannah Watton, I think you would say. And it's a red sampler, and I really loved it. Can you see it? And see where they signed it? So, I think I might find more in this pile that I bought from them, but guess what? They had a couple of door prizes at the session on Saturday, and I won. And look what I won. This beautiful bag. It's got leather handles. The very sweet lady was sitting at my table who made these. She doesn't sell them. And I will try to put her information below just so you can follow her. I kept following around these ladies. There were 2 sisters and a cousin at the shop, and they had these beautiful quilted jackets on. And one of them, as I passed by, I said, can I just touch that? And so then I just had to feel it because the quilting was just, oh, I love how good quilting feels. And that's who we ended up sitting with in our session, and that is who made this bag. It's got a really thick batting in it, probably like a Bianni's batting in it. Look at this nice metal zipper. I feel like the luckiest girl at that retreat that I won this bag. And I think I was. Okay, let me pull this basket of things of variety. You know, I love number 12 Stitch Co., Nicola. And she had posted a breast cancer awareness. Now, I hate all kinds of cancer, as you know. I hate childhood cancer, I hate leukemia, I hate lymphoma. But they were doing a breast cancer fundraiser for a organization in Australia, because that's where they are. And you also may recall, I love Mojo Stitches and everything she creates. And so this is the chart from Mojo Stitches. You can get this from number 12 Stitch Co. on Etsy. You can follow them on Instagram. Sometimes I think it's spelled out number, N-U-M-B-E-R. Oh, you know what? Maybe a card or something is in here. I'll tell you if I find it, but isn't that beautiful? It just uses 3 colors of floss. And the kit I was able to purchase had this really pretty bling, these really pretty floss drops. And I love number 12 Stitch Co. floss drops. I don't know what I dropped. This beautiful pink linen. And I haven't decided if I want to stitch it on pink. I think it would be really pretty on maybe that vanilla bean that I got from R&R. But I'll use the pink for something else. And this bag, also this bling, but this bag that Nicola makes. I don't know if they're swans or geese. I don't know the difference. Sorry, Teresa. But the bag reminded me of my friend Teresa, the garden goose, and I love her. And it's pink, and I love pink. And I did not need another project bag, but I bought one because it was Nicola. So that is a kit that you can purchase from her. The stitch along is going on right now, which of course I haven't started and I won't get to it for a while, but it's real pretty. And then other things that I purchased since I was already ordering things from Australia. Look at this bag she made. It's a drawstring bag. I don't know if it's the right size to use for a knitting bag, but I think I might put a bigger knitting project in it. I love it and had to have it no matter what. Are those French General fabrics? I think this one is. Maybe it all is. I love these colors. My friend Kathy Walker from Two Needles Pulling Thread asked my favorite color, and I have a really hard time with that. I love purple, I love pink, I love red, I love blue. I like a lot of colors. But I like muted colors. I'm more of a muted girl. Anyways. I got this Merry Christmas La-Di-Da. Oh, it has a jingle bell. Do you hear it? And it came with it came kitted. I like La-Di-Da a lot too. I did not have Early Christmas Morning by Blackbird, so I bought that. There was a model of this at Dying to Stitch that was beautiful. I saw 3 Ships by Cosford Rise, which I think might be my first Cosford Rise chart purchase. I bought a piece, because I didn't need linen, but I bought the linen, of Salted Caramel 36 count by number 12 Stitch Co. Let's see, where can you see it best? That's it. Thought that was pretty. And then I really like her floss drops, as I said. So I bought these because I like to use them as table mate gifts sometimes, or stitchy friend gifts. So I bought all these. That's that. And somewhere in here is something I need to show you. Okay, one thing that came is the Fanciful Flamingo sampler box. This was a one-time purchase. She does have quarterly boxes that you can subscribe to that I've shown you before. And I know she has maybe one coming out around Christmas time. I don't think it's Christmassy. Am I right, Alicia? Anyways, let me show you this box. The chart is by Little Robin Designs. And this is what it looks like. Isn't that a fun sampler? Very different colors, more bright colors than what I'm used to in samplers, but I like it a lot. And in fact, I think it would be cute in that grandbaby room I was talking about. Maybe on a wall with this, with the pinks. Wouldn't those be pretty together? So it came with the chart. She had a hard time getting her floss in time, so just yesterday I got the floss for it, and it's all over dyed. I think there's more in this pile. The piles are growing. It came with really cute counting pins that I believe she made. It came with a project tracker card. It came with these fun scissors, and you know I love scissors. Look at this trim. I think purple and orange together, or pink, whichever that is my best way to use orange. That is a combo I like. It came with a box from Chantel that you can finish it on this box. It came with Mary Arden needles. Can you see that? And it came with this cute little tomato, which I'm going to put in my Longaberger Retreat basket that I still haven't finished. And it came with the linen, and this is Dusty Road by Seraphim, 40 count. I don't think I've ever stitched on Seraphim. I don't know why, but so I'm excited about all of that. That was fun. Go follow Alicia, the Fanciful Flamingo. You will be glad you did. Oh, you know what? Somewhere in that mess, I have charts. Oh, I found it. I have charts. I'll show you. My best friend Tam went to market and helped our friend Sweetwing Susan, Sweetwing Studio, and she had gifted us a sampler bird stitchery chart when we went to Shipshewana. And I got to meet Sampler Bird, which is Robin, and I have some of her charts. So this is a really cute tomato fob kit, and I got to see it in person, and it's so cute. Somewhere in my pile, I also have her card. I'll find it. This is a pumpkin scissor fob. Again, it's a kit. This was super cute. Merry stitches that you can finish and put on a stitching box. Merriest Christmas, I also thought was super cute. So again, Sampler Bird stitches. I believe you can find her on Etsy. Robin Chappelle is her name. And here's her email if you want it. So those are some of my charts I got. I also got the most fun surprise in the mail. And you've probably seen this because it was shared with other people as well. But my friend Annie, the Proper Stitcher, sent me these charts. Look at that one. We gather together. I believe that Sweetwater Jessica has started this. And I wanted to start it. I just haven't gotten around to it. Look at that one. Who is this? Frances Grayson. I think I have some friends starting this right now. And I was invited. I just haven't had time. In all things, give thanks. Isn't that pretty? I love this. Hollow's Manor. I love monochromatic stitch. I think that's really pretty. Look at that cute little bitch. What does that say? Boo You. I know, and she has a You series, a little sheepy lamb series. So that's her Boo You. That's cute. Thankful for You, again with the You series. And this was a really good one. There is room at the table for everyone. Isn't that so true in all areas of our life? There's room for more. There's room for more stitchers, more floss tubers, more designers, more shops. We'll just scooch over. Come on over and join us. I would like to start that one too. I love a little Quaker. I love stitching words. Okay, that's that. I also got another really sweet gift. Make sure I get it right. Heather Kelly Craft Nut Yarns so kindly sent me some of her yarn to try. Now this one is Tropical Summer, and that is a fingering weight. And this one, you know I love purple, is Summer Nights, and this is a DK. P.S. I started my emotional support chicken. I have the tail stitched, and I need to do the body. It's just a lot of short rows, and I feel like once I start it, I need to keep at it, and I haven't had time to start it. Also in here, did I already show you my legacy fiber art purchases? And where is the third one of these? I started one of them, which I'll show you, but this is her Halloween sock. And I love that it's not Halloween colors, but it's from the upcoming, it's based on colors she pulled from Wicked. So this one is Sweet Shop. Look at that, can you see? Now, I started a sock for my daughter with, I think I did show you this already, but I haven't shown you this. Shiz University, that's also in that series. And this is the sock I am making for my daughter. I'm almost to the toe. I need to measure. It's all crumpled up in this bag, but that is the mini skein that came with it. And so I love knitting in the car. The hospital is about an hour, give or take, depending on traffic. And so it's great knitting time for me, especially when it's just stockinette round and round and round. So when I get ready for the toe, I'll stitch on this one until I get ready for the toe, and then I'll probably have to put it away until I can like really think, because I still love that umbrella toe the most. Here's what it looks like on this skein. Okay, so I'm working on that one. And I have one sock completed. Look at that. She's finished. I have this sock finished. This is from Tia's Terrific Threads. Here is her information. And she makes a fun gobstopper for self-striping yarn, which looks like this. This is the second one I've made. I made my granddaughter Brooke a pair of socks, and I, again, am to the point of just some round and round doing the foot, but this one's also super fun. So I'm loving that there's a place and time for all of my hobbies, my crafts, my therapy, as I like to call it. My cross stitch, so my quilting requires like bigger chunks of time, which I don't have right now. My cross stitch is smaller chunks of time, but you still have to get out your chart, get out your flosses, sometimes you're magnifying stuff. But my knitting is on the go. Like if I just have a couple minutes, I can put in some stitches in my knitting. Oh, one more thing. Oh, two more things. Okay, another purchase that I made. This is a Facebook Marketplace purchase. I've never done this before, but I ran it past Shelly, the antique needleworker, and Anne from Dying to Stitch. And they said, yes, I could buy it. I bought this antique sampler from Facebook Marketplace, believe it or not. She lives probably 5 miles from me. And I really like it. It's got some damage. It's been folded, and so I need to figure out how to best get that crease out of it. Anybody want to tell me? Maybe just put something heavy on it. I don't think I want to iron it. I don't know yet, but I really like it. Look at those stitches right there. Isn't that fun? Okay, wanted to show you that. Another thing I want to talk about one more time is that our family, friends, strangers, buy and collect new pajamas to donate to, it started out as kids and young adults in cancer treatment. And we started out at Cincinnati Children's, and then we had so many that we were able to donate to other hospitals. And now time constraints, we're back to just Cincinnati Children's. But we collect new and used pajamas from birth to adult, like all sizes. And so in my Instagram, and I'll try to list it below, but on Facebook and on Instagram, we have an account called Julia's Jammies. My daughter's name is Julia. She's my cancer survivor. And you all have been so gracious that you've been donating lately because I've mentioned it. But we've been able to take hundreds of pajamas to Cincinnati Children's. We've also taken them to the cardiac ICU because of Graham. They've needed a lot of baby ones. Thankfully, oncology needs some baby ones, but they need more toddler, school age, teenage, young adult. So when we're asked what sizes we could use, it doesn't matter. You just send a size. We will so happily take it. We package it up. My daughter does this. She puts it in a Ziploc bag. She puts a label with the size and gender. And then this is my daughter and her husband when she was in cancer treatment. And so she puts a label and she puts a QR code that they can scan to go learn more about her story if they want, or more about our gathering of them if people want to donate. So I wanted to tell you this because one of you mentioned that she had a grandson who was also a leukemia survivor. And she reached out to me this week because her grandson has relapsed. And we cancer people, relapse is our biggest fear. I mean, we trust and we pray, but relapse happens sometimes. And this little guy has relapsed, and he's at CHOA, which is in Atlanta, which again was a tie to me because Graham, was flown to Atlanta when we were traveling home and he got so sick. So I pulled this pair out to send to her grandson, but I just wanted it to be a reminder. If you feel so led, and I know there are so many pulls right now to help victims of the hurricane right now, etc. But if you run across great deal on pajamas, I mean, sometimes you find them at Sam's or Costco for dollars, and you pick some up, I will always be glad to receive them, to get them to somebody who could use them. And then the other thing we collect, and I don't have one with me, are Fisher-Price Hedgehog Soothers. They're about this big. And we were gifted one when Graham was born. And it was the one comfort thing to that newborn baby. It just calmed him down. It plays lullabies. And you push it and it vibrates. So that's calming to a baby, and it plays lullabies. He's 3.5 and he still sleeps with it. It still goes to the hospital with him. And so I had a birthday that year, and I said, for my birthday, if you would just send hedgehogs, that would be great. And so hedgehogs are also listed on our Target registry. We have like a gift registry from Target and Amazon. And if you want to buy a hedgehog, they come in pink or blue. We also take those to the cardiac and PICU at Cincinnati Children's. And I mention it because Julia got an email from them saying, if you have any, we really need more hedgehogs and we need more pajamas. And so when you know that they are wanted and they are needed and they are given to kids who are hurting or suffering, we love that. So if you feel so inclined to purchase one of those, I'll take it and I'll get it to that baby or that child or that family who needs it. Okay, I've talked long enough. I'm just so glad you were here. If you would please like and subscribe, I would appreciate it. There was a Facebook post of somebody wanting to know how she could generate more likes on her Instagram. And it triggered thoughts for me that Anna from Stitch Roadies has talked about that it's free to like somebody's Instagram post. That doesn't cost you anything. So if you're scrolling by and you see something that you're like, oh, that's pretty, take a second and like it. Take a little bit longer and comment if you want, but even just a like makes somebody feel like their work, was validated and appreciated. Again, I will tell you that our days are short, our life is short, and we only are given today. So please take today and use it to its best. Love people well, love yourself well, and enjoy this day. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back later. Bye. It's me. One more thing. I forgot about giving you the things that I was giving you last time. I've been a little concerned because I announced winners last time and I've heard from 0 of them. And at first I thought, have I done something wrong? Like, did I put the wrong email? But just before I filmed, I went to my email and someone claimed one of them. So, whew. But if you are someone who has commented, make sure you go back and watch the last couple of videos because there are things waiting to go out to you. Okay, but from the last video, the law of kindness, I did random comment picker, and Kathy IEP 7734, if that's you, email me at hobbiesofholly@aol.com. I'll put that in the description below. Delia Conger, these were gifted by my friend Shelly, the Antique Needleworkers. These are her new designs. If you are Joanne McKendry 3796, this is for you. So please email me. Be Ye Kind. I'm sorry, I'm covering things up with my sticky notes. Be Ye Kind, also by Shelly. This is for Pat Fortner 9612. So please email me. And the Santa kit that's a re-gift is Shirley Anderson. So if those are you, please email me. The 4,000 subscriber giveaway, the video after that is the one I announced those winners. So please go check and see if it's you. I know I already did one more thing, but one more thing. I was thinking about Jenny, and I was thinking she's so sweet, and she knows there are other people who need a lot of help, and she says they've been blessed and they don't need things, but you could send a card if you want to send it to me, because she doesn't have an address yet. I will happily forward cards to her. But I was thinking today about Christmas, and all of their Christmas decorations were destroyed. So an easy thing for us stitchers to make would be like a little Christmas ornament. Maybe she would appreciate that. I haven't confirmed that yet. I need to talk to her besties, which reminded me, I forgot to mention Cheryl 1 and Cheryl 2 were also at our table. Hi, Cheryls. I need to talk to our stitching besties and maybe just ask Jenny. But be thinking, maybe we could all make a little ornament and send to Jenny so that they could fill their tree. Just a thought. Okay, that's really it this time. Love you, bye.